Hello, hi everyone. My name is Nishan, son of Dhanasegaran. So for today, we are going to do an assignment for computer troubleshooting lab practical 1. So previously, we have done activity 1 as identify PC components and computer disassembly and assembly. And now we are going to do computer configuration. As a team, me as Nishan and my fellow two friends, which is Mr. Harit and Adi, will participate together to do the computer configuration. On this practice activity, we are planned to do an Linux VirtualBox system. We would like to use an Linux and apply into a VirtualBox system to run the open source operating system via the VirtualBox Oracle. So before we start the process, we would like to uh, give the information regarding the activity. So for this activity, we will use two component which is like OpenSUSE. The OpenSUSE website will help us to download the ISO data file, which is the disk file of the Linux, and we will also use the Oracle VirtualBox, which is the medium to run the open source operating system through by the VirtualBox. So let's start with the OpenSUSE. Okay. So first, we would like to open the OpenSUSE website. So this would be the link for the OpenSUSE website. This is the link for the OpenSUSE website. So in order to start, we need to click on this website and we should choose this segmentation, which is lib, in order to get the Linux operating system, the ISO file. So in order to proceed, we need to click on this thing and install lib. So we should tap on the install lib. So now we do have the option. So we need to click on the download. So here is the option for all users, including Intel or AMD 64-bit desktop, laptop, and servers, and also UEFI ARM 64-bit servers, and also go for PowerPC servers and Z System Linux One. So in this part, as I using the Intel PCs 64-bit, so I would like to choose this option, offline image, which able to this one. So we have to click on the download button besides the offline image. So we need to wait until the redirecting link will open as this. So this file will save on your specific directory in order to choose. As I choose for the download directory. So it's already stated here, disk image file 4 gig. So we need to click on the hit on the save button so you guys can check it out later. So next we go for the VirtualBox for OpenSUSE. So there's a lot of option. For my priorities, I'm going for the Oracle Virtual VM VirtualBox. So once you click on this link, you have to choose this part. In this part, you can click on this link throughout to open the website. Once it pop up, you can also go for this, click on download, and from this part you guys can see the package platform information. So here there has the option for Windows host, Mac OS and Intel host, Mac OS or Apple Silicon host, Linux distribution, Solaris host, and Solaris 11 IPS host. So you guys can check it out which is your personal PC's requirement and go for it. As for me, I'm going with the Windows host since I'm using the Dell PC, so it will be compatible for me. So once you click on the Windows host, it will appear the pop-up box to save those files in your directory file. Once you click on the save, it will save on those directory file. So next we move for the installation part. As for now, we already opened the OpenSUSE to download the offline image, which is ISO data image model for Linux, and virtual box in order to run as a medium to open the Linux open service system, operating system, through the virtual box. So next section we go for installation part. So now we can move for the next step, which is like open the virtual box. So this is the main menu of the virtual box system. So here you guys can see I'm already have installed the Linux. So now I'm going to show the step by step to install again the Linux. So first thing, I'm going to create a new system by clicking on the new button. So now here's the section where you need to configure your name and your folder, your ISO image, and so on. So for the name, I'm going to state as Linux operating system, just only Linux. So the folder would be, I'm going to choose as a user is already stated. If you guys want to choose another photo file, you can scroll down here and choose anything, any folder directory you would like to choose for, and then click on next folder. And then there would be need to choose the ISO file, which is we downloaded just now, previously section. So I'm click on here. It's already stated here. If you guys cannot identify whether your ISO file is already downloaded or not, you click on others. You go to the file where your ISO file disk image was downloaded. As for me, I already downloaded in my download directory, so it's already stated here. The time is 1:56 and it's already stated just a moment ago. So just click on it and it already stated here. It's already applied in the section. So it's already known as a Linux OpenSUSE version and subtype. And then we move for the hardware function. So in this thing, you guys need to configure the hardware process. For example, you guys have to configure the memory bandwidth location in order to run the OpenSUSE, which is the Linux operating system, as smooth as you want. Once you increase the memory base configuration, as more you apply, as fast as the system can run. So for me, my PC base system is like 16 megabyte memory, so I would like to give around 7 GB, 7 to 71 MB memory configuration. So for process, my PC do have 8 core CPUs, 8 core process, so I would like to give 2 CPUs. And then for hard disk systemization, my PC do have allocated 2 terabyte. So in order to create a space for this Open Linux, so I'm allocating around 20 gig to as a hard disk for this Open Linux system. And this thing would be stated as virtual box disk image. So this option is used an existing virtual hard disk. If you guys had any virtual hard disk before, you guys can use as using an existing virtual hard disk. So here it's already empty because I have never been used any any of existing virtual hard disk. So I'm going to create a new, which is stated as here. So I'm allocating 25 GB storage for this virtual operating system, which is Linux. So all is set to go. So the hardware is 7 GB plus for the memory and 2 CPUs allocated. So finally, I'm going to click on the finish button. Okay. So now the system will able to create the open system Linux for us. As you guys can see here, once I click on the finish button, it's already create a configuration step on this virtual box. So we are set to go the Linux. So here's the stated here, the Linux, and you guys can see the system display memory, the storage information, the audio information, the network card system, the USB PCI folder, all the information will stated here. So now I'm going to click on the start button and click the normal start system. So the system will take a time to process. So the pop-up will show up the powering up the VM system. So it might take some time to start the virtual box. So once the startup box is started, as you guys can see, the OpenSUSE boot up system is located from here. So from here, you guys need to click on capture. So from here, you guys can click on the installation button. Go down and tap on the installation and tap the enter. So once you tap the enter, the Linux will start the processing system to run configure using the BIOS. So this part will take some time to configure. You guys need to wait for the dev to identify and relocate the system information throughout the booting system. So now the loading basis drivers are downloading. So the Open Linux system is currently booting up. It may take some time to process. So all the basic drivers were adding and relocation to this system. So it might be a few minutes to done up. And also the systems are currently undergoing the hardware detection, the software system and other appropriate location for those systems. So now the system is stated here starting. You guys can see here the installation network configuration and all the system is started to here. So now the system need to preparation to detect all the network devices, read driver information, detect current status, read device confirmation and read network configuration. So now we can proceed with the respiratory installation and all welcome system. So I like to pass to my fellow friend Mr. Hare and Adi.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Harid bin Rusmaza. Now, I my part is configure OpenSUSE Linux. So now I will do it. Okay, first choose language and click next. Okay, then waiting for the loading, and then read all the pop-ups carefully. Okay, after that click next. No for me, and then waiting for loading. Okay. Here we must read all the GUI and choosing what are the most suitable for me. Okay. And then I will choose the desktop and then click next. Then if you want the guide setup, you can set up. For me, I don't want. So I will go back to previous section and then click next. Okay. So the pop-up will appear, which is synchronized with the uh UI. And then next is choosing the local time. So I'm currently living on Kuala Lumpur, so I choose Asia. And choosing on the map is Kuala Lumpur. Okay. And double check it if that correct or not. Okay. And then click next after you double check. Okay. On this section is you must to create a new user. Okay. So make a user full name. User full name also your username, and then create a password, confirm the password, then click next. Okay, don't forget to enter here, which is password for root user. Also confirm the password, same as the password above. Okay. Lastly is test keyboard layout. Then click next. Read all the pop-up. It's very important because it remind you what how your password strong is or not. And then read all the installation setting detail. So you must check software, product, pattern, and then the system security and other than that. So in this section is really important. If you want to change after click install, you cannot change it. So double confirm it and click install. Okay. So last but not least is you must waiting for the loading. It will take time. So you must wait. Yeah, thank you. That's it from me. Now is we fully download open source Linux. So now I want to try log in with a wrong username to try it. So we type a username and wrong password, and then we click next.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. I am Adi, and I will be talking about how to boot up the OpenSUSE Linux system. All right, this is the main menu for the OpenSUSE Linux system. OpenSUSE Lib 15.6. There are boot from hard disk, installation, upgrade, and more. So we are right now trying to find how to turn off the program.
Asal Adi diam pula.
Okay, now we are clicking on the file option and picking the close virtual machine option. Okay, these are the general information for the Linux system that we have downloaded before. And right now we are configuring the system. This is the Linux settings, including the system display, storage, audio network, and many others details of the Linux system. Right now we are trying to find the section which includes the the ISO file to be deleted. So it is listed under the controller IDE, and we can now click on it to delete. It is important to delete the ISO file as because if it's not deleted, it will continue through a loop that of the configuration that we have just did on the previous video before. So the pop-up will appear, uh, and we will choose the option to remove. Now, as you can see, the ISO file is no longer there, meaning that the system can run smoothly after this. We click on OK, and we can, as you can see on the top there is a HUD. We need to pick the start option to start the system. Okay, on the right is a preview. And now we can click the start option. So right now it is currently going through a loading to load up the system. Okay, as you can see, the loading has ended and the virtual box has been run. we are currently looking at the home screen of the OpenSUSE Linux system. Okay, now we are viewing it in full screen. Listed on the bottom is the HUD with pinned icon of apps that are available in the system, as well as all these icons included as well. We can also connect the system to a network. We can connect the virtual machine to a network. We can also set up the machine just like we're setting up a normal phone. Listed in the red box is the details or specs of the virtual box machine. This is the system details, including hardware information as well as the software information of the OpenSUSE Lib 15.6 that we have downloaded before. It also lists down the model of the virtual box, which is Innotech GmbH virtual box with a memory of 6.8 GB and core of i7. The kernel version of the software is Linux 6.40-150/600.21-default. Okay. These are the apps. As you can see, the task manager for the system, including processes, resources, as well as the file systems. It displays the memory as well as all resources that have been used by the VirtualBox. For example, the memory have used up 1.9 GB, which is 24.1% out of 7 GB that are available within the VirtualBox. Okay, we are now closing the task manager. Going back to the show apps option. There are many apps such as the logs, also games, including Mahjong, Mines, Reversi. There is also the option to turn on proxy or VPN. Option to connect to an output device like printers. And we can also turn up the volume. And now we are going to turn off the system. All right, that's all from me. Thank you.